So, Jeff, this will probably make you sleep easier at night. You said that you're a little bit of a cynical guy. This will make you less cynical because this is just amazing news.
I'm feeling a $40,000 ice cream refrigerator coming on. I don't know.
Oh, you have foreshadowed correctly, sir. So the future of the privacy of our browsing history lays in the hands of Nancy Pelosi. If that doesn't help you sleep easy, I don't know what does. She's the leader of the resistance, Jeff.
I am going to be using private browsing for everything.
But did you hear her call Trump fat, sort of?
Oh, well, and she also ripped up a piece of paper that he apparently...
She ripped up a piece of paper. She once clapped mildly condescendingly. She is the resistance, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So check this out. Here's what's happening. And I'm sure you
say civil in public. I'm biting my tongue. Go ahead.
So MTV News did this alongside a Fight for the Future, which total disclaimer, I've collaborated with Fight for the Future before on an effort for net neutrality. I think very highly of the organization. But here's Evan Greer and a member of the ACLU. They did this on MTV News. So what happened was there's a resurgence of the Patriot Act, as there often is. And there was an amendment by Ron Wyden and Steve Daines that basically said, if you want to get somebody's browser history, a citizen's browser history, you need a warrant for something like that. There was an amendment for that. It failed in the Senate by one vote. One vote in the Senate. And a couple senators were not present for that vote. Bernie Sanders being among them, which was very, very disappointing. And as of now, unless I'm missing something, we still haven't really gotten an explanation as to why he wasn't present. And that was very disappointing. But here's the situation. This bill now goes back to the House, where Nancy Pelosi can just kind of tack the amendment on. And if the House moves it forward, it goes back to the Senate, where they could presumably, they would vote on it again, and hopefully those missing senators will be there. Let's watch the video.
Nancy Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi alone has the power to decide whether or not the Trump administration will be able to spy on your internet activity without a warrant.
That Nancy Pelosi alone part really, I mean, that was like Nancy Pelosi. I was like, oh man. And Nancy Pelosi alone, oh, it's getting worse. But all right, so here's the situation.
This week, all eyes turn to Nancy Pelosi, who finds herself in an extraordinary position as Speaker of the House. We're talking about the USA Freedom Reauthorization Act, a controversial bill that would renew the U.S. government's mass surveillance program that was exposed by Ed Snowden in 2013 and then expired last year. That bill is now making its way back to the House of Representatives for a vote after a shocking upset in the Senate that no one saw coming. An amendment, sponsored by Senators Ron Wyden and Steve Daines, was introduced to update the law so that the government can no longer spy on your internet browsing and search history without a warrant. Hailed by privacy activists, it lost by one vote last week after 4 Democratic senators mysteriously failed to show up, including Bernie Sanders.
And frankly, it was just a procedural flub.
Evan Greer is a privacy rights activist and the deputy director of Fight for the Future, a nonprofit that's been preparing for this battle since the 2013 Snowden disclosures. She explained that even though the Wyden-Daines amendment missed in the Senate, there's now a second chance to get it passed in the House.
At a baseline level, here's what's going to happen. The bill, now that it has passed the Senate, is going to go back to the House. The House then has to vote on it again. As the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi could essentially just tack on the amendment that failed in the Senate and bring it up for a vote in the House.
That would send it back to the Senate, giving these guys a second chance to vote yes on Wyden-Daines.
Call Nancy Pelosi. She has the power to put this amendment back into place. We have a website set up, saveinternetprivacy.org, where you can just enter your phone number. We will connect you directly to her office.
On Sunday, the American Civil Liberties Union also sent a letter urging Pelosi to add the amendment to the bill.
So there you go. That's what's essentially going on here, Jeff. And here's another tweet I'll highlight here that kind of gives that information. And you can go to saveinternetprivacy.org, and you can also call Nancy Pelosi the office at 202-930-8115. That's the public number for the office to demand that amendment, the Wyden-Daines amendment, be added back to the bill.
I have two thoughts about it when you're done. Yeah,
no, go ahead. I'm just encouraging people, use whatever messaging you need to message. You can say, hey, I know where there is a bunch of ice cream that she can access. Because she's only a 100 millionaire. She probably
filing
can't buy her own.
Cabinets filled with ice cream. Yeah.
Filing.
So
there you go.
Two things. Just one on a quick aside. There was at the MMT International MMT conference in Long Island last September, back when we were allowed to go outside. There was actually a panel by Bill Black, who actually put bankers in jail during the S&L crisis, about how MMT is the only school of economic thought that actually integrates the findings of whistleblowers, because you can't know the truth unless you listen to all different things, and whistleblowers is a form of journalism. But I actually think that it might be possible to get her to do this, because I think that this could be considered like she's just done so much bad. The government has done so much bad under her watch, especially with coronavirus, that I feel like this could be successful, meaning we could get her to do this amendment, because I feel like it could be like a small gesture to get us to shut up about all the bad stuff that she's done during the coronavirus relief.
Not just that, but she's got to be a little bit worried about public opinion a little more than usual, because she knows she's got an opponent that's picking up some steam. Shahid Buttar just Marianne Williamson just endorsed him, which and that got some national play. Her endorsement of him, which I was happy to see. I mean, I'm rooting for Shahid. I hope he wins. He's been on the show a couple of times. And so, yeah, I mean, she's got to be kind of thinking, well, what can I do to look a little bit better to the public and look a little bit relatable? So, yeah, hopefully she does this, and then hopefully she still loses anyway. That's what I agree. Hope.
Yeah,
that's what I hope she does this, because we need her to, and then I hope she loses anyway, because I'd love to see Shahid Buttar replace her.
That would be nice.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your